Oops, sorry about that, guys. Life comes at you fast sometimes. But that doesn't matter. Because hello, one and all, welcome to the Mechpit chat with your host Ironcaster, and I am here to talk about all that big bot stuff. Again, sorry guys. Sort of nature got in the way. It happens sometimes. So, guys, it's Monday. We got a nice little weekend behind us. You know, it's a chance to start out fresh for the week. So, how are we doing, folks? Because I am Ironcaster here to talk with you and settle into the week because we had a fun little weekend. We had a fun little weekend. Oh, whoa, my screen just went crazy. And of course, we are here to start the week out on a good note. And I tell you, like, we did get one great little bit of good news, and but before we get on to all that, let's get into this a little bit. So, Vince, thank you so much as always for dropping the links and being in the chat, keeping me on my toes. Like you do like half the work here, so thank you. The awesome one is here. What's up, dude? How you doing? Like you're here all the time. Thank you so much. Like happy Monday. Like I know for a lot of people, like Monday is like the worst day of the week, but see around here we don't subscribe to that theory. No, I don't think Monday's the worst day of the week because, well, that's what everyone thinks. And besides, like, do you really want to just go along with what Garfield said just because he's an orange talking cat? No. We don't do that. Dave C is here as always with those glowing eyes. How we doing, folks? Am I here? Yes. It probably wasn't too far off from the point, but it was good. It was a good little weekend. We got a little rained out here, but it's been but here we are to start a new week. It's a new chance. It's a new chance to set the week out ahead of us. And let's get things going into a good mood. So, for the most part, I've been trying to kind of stay positive on some stuff and not necessarily. Let me get that rid of that. Not necessarily wanting to delve into like current day stuff or whatever, but there's just one little bit of news that like I gotta stop and share, and I think we gotta laugh at. So, guys, I hope you're ready to laugh. I know I'm ready to laugh. As we say a fond farewell to an oh so popular series, The Acolyte. Oh, we hardly watched you. That's right, folks. The Acolyte has been canceled, and we are not looking to get a season 2 from it. No, this failure of a show is gone the way of so many others. And with this, I have now officially given it more of my time than during its entire runtime. So I just wanted to at least stop and acknowledge this, that The Acolyte is indeed gone, and we will not be missing it. All right, that's enough of my time. So yes, Vincent. There was apparently talk of a second season for a minute, but it's not happening. Alas. Why am I still sharing this? No, I don't want to share that. No, folks, it is going. Like I said, the start of the week. I figured let's start off with a little positive notes. Because it's been a quiet little week. I gotta say, for the most part, for myself, I've been mainly just kind of digging into a lot of One Piece lately, which is going fantastic. I'm getting all psyched for a stream coming up later this week with Brandon, the anime guy, to talk about some more of the One Piece. But of course, that's not mech stuff. Though I am a little torn because I wanted to try to be tight on the topic of mech stuff and tokusatsu, but I wonder if maybe it wouldn't be better to kind of do a little, make that more the central focus, but we diverge a bit. Uh, I'm still kind of I'm still kind of I'm starting to think about it because yeah, we got to try to find a nice little healthy balance because there's so much other stuff out there to talk about, to enjoy, and well, one of the things that's really been on my mind as of late, and it's not inherently big robots, but I mean the problem is I'm kind of all over the board. I've got my fat stack of comic books that I still need to read. I'm starting to make some progress on that finally, and I'm also and I don't know why I have these. I don't have anyone to talk with right now. And I'm also got my RPGs. There's kind of the three little ways I'm sort of being drawn right now, and I don't know. I guess it's a time to kind of stop and think about that, because I guess I should ask, like, what would you guys like to see? Because you guys have been the diehards. You guys have been here like week on week consistently. And some days it feels like you're here more consistently than I am. But I don't know. Maybe the problem is I don't want to just like shotgun everything out and not necessarily have a theme to it all. But it's something I'm kind of playing with. It's kind of a tough idea to think about, and I don't know. Maybe I should just do a little side channel just to talk just about tabletop role playing games and kind of have the fun there. But then I start focusing all this attention in one way, and then I kind of there's that sort of that constant struggle of trying to find the right balance. And I'm well aware that I'm saying this to someone who's just kind of just doing the streams, and like I feel like I really should be doing more. You just like I just like seeing two geeks enjoy something. I really don't care about subject. It's passion. It's that passion, that authenticity is I think what we're kind of getting at. Yeah, that's sort of the big struggle in a way. It's not totally burning out in one area. You want to be able to have that little variety, that little blend. Meow to everyone. Oh, hey there. I guess that's sort of where we're at the moment. I don't know, like the big challenge I sort of feel is I am on so many. I'm on like 5-6 streams during the week, and it's just so quick to kind of bounce from from show to show and kind of helping out others. Like I want to find more time for myself, and that's always the big struggle. You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to be so bogged down with all the nonsense going out there in the world. I don't care what's going on with politics. I mean, yeah, I care, but I don't want to make that what I talk about because it's too divisive. And frankly, I only know so much of it, but I mean, I could tell you about wizards. I could go on about some comics or what I'm talking about, what I'm watching during the week. And it's always a little challenge there. But well, maybe we should being bogged down by politics, my kink. You mean you want to be tied up in all that red tape? I mean, we could make that happen, but maybe we'll have to take that to the mean green machine if you, out there of the rumbles and the Oh, what are the other ones? I don't know half the channels. Kick? I, I don't know. But so maybe I should just do a little shifting here because I do have at least one or two little stories. It's a little bit of a light week because like I don't know, we're sort of we haven't quite hit September, so we're not quite we're not quite into the fall season yet. We have a few shows are still sort of going, kind of getting running out. And like ranting about politics on my channel, I try to get away from it, but I can't. It's like a molasses. It's like a quicksand. The more it draws you in, and the thing is, the politics draws everything in. Like everything has to reflect politics to the point where we have all the major celebrities are out here talking about like their stance on politics, and it's like I don't know, like you played Luke Skywalker 30 years ago. I just want to hear you say use the Force or or I want to hear you say the line you said that I liked as a kid, or I want to kind of get into a little bit of niche nerd stuff about like what's going on with some behind the scenes stuff. That's always kind of the fun stuff. But there's sort of that big inherent problem is that it becomes inherently divisive. Okay. So without further ado, let me jump over here because we did get a little bit of news kind of coming up of at least one little thing with one of our with in the realm of the big bots. And that is that the hit mobile game, got us a victory. Nike is getting an Evangelion collab. So, for anyone who doesn't know, this is one of the games that's been kind of getting a bit of ad play on YouTube as of late. Between all those big political ads, which is basically just you're controlling girls from behind cover, shooting guns. That's the game, and then you're shooting stuff. So you get to see plenty of jiggle physics, and it does pretty well. And now we get to have some. We get to bring in Ray and Ava. So we get to have the Evangelion girls coming in. Though, oh, there she is, Misanto. Let's see. The latest Nike collaboration was recently announced, revealing a new collaboration with the legendary anime Neon Justice Evangelion. Appropriate titled "You Cannot Evade." This collab is Ray Ayanami, Asuka, and Mari Illustrious Makinami as playable guest members of a limited time alongside Misato Katsuragi as an NPC. The girls will just the Eva mechs and fight as foot infantry in the third-person shooter. The Evangelion girls will join forces with Rappy and other Nikkeis, curiously including their own Ray. I hope so. Yeah. She's gonna throw them as like grenades out there. Glug glug glug. DJ's turtle politics. I like turtles. I don't have a turtle clip. I should. Why don't we have a turtle clip? We get a turtle clip. Oh, that's why. Like I said, the thing is, it's a little bit of a light week, and maybe it's kind of so. This kind of ultimately got me kind of thinking maybe it's time. Maybe I should. I don't know. Spread out a bit more. What do I do? What do I do when I don't have like a topic of the week to talk about? And that's always the big challenge. But again, that's we're getting all plastered and no matter. So what do I want to talk about? I guess we'll kind of talk about the little my Squirtle once started arguing about gender Reddit. We do rumors about Punk Waddle. Guys, come on. We can't talk about Punk Waddle like that because like if he keeps talking negative about us around here, like he might come in and shut us down. Like if you guys didn't see it with the Cotton Council, there was talk that like we might have to shut down Le Puppet Hole, and I don't know about you, but Charlie can't handle that. Like he's got to have that place to keep things going. So we gotta keep these rumors down. We can't talk about this, okay? Because if he starts hearing about all the all those breakouts of the how do you put it? Pox. You know. Oh, then that old Mike Roch might wind up being patient zero, and well, we don't need any other patients getting sick and coughing up hairballs or whatever those things that were falling off of Mike. Not healthy. But at least from what I heard, they don't have anyone around to be a bathroom attendant for the time being. So I guess the service might be getting a little tight around there. So we'll find out what happens down at the old Le Puppet Hole. Maybe we'll find out later this week. So what are we doing? Well, I guess probably one of the big things kind of looking forward to in the next week is what why am I out on the cutting? That's a very good question. I mean, that's because you're the awesome one. Why wouldn't you be a mod over there? I think we already answered the question. Where the monkey juice flared up after Pride Month? Funny how that happens sometimes. They always say, how did Garrick say? The great Garrick in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine said, "I believe in coincidences. I just don't trust them." I, on the other hand, believe that maybe that whatever higher power up there, well, he's got a sense of humor. Unfortunately, it's just that we get to be the subject of the joke. Sometimes you get to play the joke. Sometimes the joke gets played on you. Plain and simple. Yes. Hang on. Oh, but wow, what am I doing? I completely forgot to share the link out. Let me do this because we were running behind today. Give me 1 second. Mechpit is open. Okay, posted. So, yeah, I guess that's sort of the question. Kind of looking ahead. Here we are, halfway through August, or not? Yeah, halfway through August. The year's sort of flying by, and I guess that should be a question like, what, the world of entertainment, something to look forward to. What's on the back burner, and that's always that's one of those big struggles that I've been finding as of late. Sort of a blessing ultimately of the larger the sort of larger collapse of pop culture has fallen to I don't know what's going on. So sort of the larger challenge of the sort of a kind of falling of modern pop culture is just a kind of it's freed up more time in a lot of ways for like back catalog stuff or for the back catalog, for the shows I've always meant to get to but never have, much like Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I'm what 8, 9. What does my analyst say I'm at? 10 episodes. I have watched 10 episodes of the original Evangelion. I enjoy it. I see why. I definitely see the appeal. And let's not forget that has one of the kind of coolest openings around. That Cruel Angel's Thesis is, even having not watched it, like I recognize like how catchy that is. Eva's great because it's, let's see, what am I liking about it? Well, I mean, the fact that it is sort of a throwback, in a lot of ways, a throwback, a homage to a love letter to a lot of the, the big robot stuff, the tokusatsu's, your Ultraman. That's all well documented, well known information. In a lot of ways, I would just be kind of repeating something that has been said 1,000 times. But you're definitely feeling for Shinji as he goes on. He's always been sort of estranged from his father, who's got this bigger burden of the world on his shoulders. Then, so he frankly hasn't had time to go and be a father to his own son. And yet Rei is someone who's a lot closer with him. There's that enamoring to him over sort of the way he saved her life, and he's shown himself to be frankly more of a father figure to her. It's an interesting little twist. I'm just kind of still getting a feel for that and learning to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? There's sort of a challenge, and I don't want to just regurgitate what other people have said. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Speaking of regurgitating, we got someone jumping in the back here. Let me throw these headphones in, and we'll kind of get into it. So maybe I can kind of get a little feel from someone. Let me see here, because we have someone jumping in the back. We gotta play a clip for him. So without further ado, let me drop this in.
Let's get things started. Gundam Fight all set. Ready? Go!
Yay! Gundam Fight.
How we doing, Snacks?
Oh, tired. Everyone had a major case of the Mondays, and just not a fun day, but it is over now. I am home and it is raining, but it's okay. I am on the Mechpit. Nice little rest before I start crafting it again. And boy, do we have lots to craft. Tomorrow is going to be just balls to the wall crafting. And I'm not sick as a dog, so I'll probably be streaming some of it, if not most of it. So it's pretty good. We got a new puppet coming up. It's not for me. It's for someone else. I'll just say this. It might be a pirate that steals picnic baskets. I'll just say that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned you mentioned puppets, because just literally as you said that, we had someone else. She got to jump in the back here. So real quick, let's bring him in with a little bit of equality.
Is it a rock in a hard place? I like that one.
Would you like a Hertz donut?
It hurts. Donut.
No, yeah. I'm on a diet.
Fair enough.
Guys, thanks for showing up. Punk Waddle, welcome. Thank you.
Always good to be here.
It is good to have the Punk Waddle here. We missed him last week. Oh, wait, that was me.
Well,
Yeah, hacking up
you
a
see,
lung.
Yeah,
you see around these parts, we learn to miss them with every shot.
it's true.
Wait, this means I don't have a good aim.
Hey,
Let me try this again.
It
that was a
just
nice.
means
Wait,
you
wait, wait.
need
That
more
was a nice
repetition.
zinger.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay, try again.
just remember, one trigger pull, full auto. Can't miss.
Yeah, double tapping the lotto means you probably spent more money than you meant to.
It
That
costs $200,000 per bullet.
That's a hurtful rumor there, awesome one. Polyester. That's what I wore in the 70s, not what I'm made of.
Oh boy.
That was your grandfather disco waddle.
Yeah, and Funk Waddle, my cousin, he also still kind of dabbles in that.
Oh,
Disco Waddle.
they were a disco duo.
Oh yeah, they were funkadelic. Well, they weren't funkadelic, that's a copyrighted trademark, but
Is it?
Is it now?
well, that's the band.
Oh,
George Clinton,
okay. Because that
Bootsy
sounds like
Collins.
that sounds like a great word for like a band. So it makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, they were, yeah, before Luke Skywalker was drinking the funky weird milk. They were drinking some space tit milk, according to
Nice.
old Greg. And now the references have gone AWOL. So let's talk about big robots and what's going on here.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like apparently Luke Skywalker that green space milk was full of soy.
Yeah,
But I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about politics. Oh
yeah.
God.
But I don't
What
want
a
to tell you how to vote. Just soy force. The
What
force
a,
is the
what a
force is soy.
snafu! What a snafu! It just
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he could have disappointed me anymore, but
I mean, I thought about paying, a month's rent to get a picture taken with him.
And the thing is, like, it's crazy because the whole idea about signed autographs and that isn't uncommon. Like I remember what Adam West, like at some of the last conventions he was at, they were like I think like $100-$200.
Yeah.
oof.
And that was like 2018, I think.
Yeah.
I saw Kevin Sorbo in my area recently doing some of these small cons, and he was like $100, which like exactly. And at the Fan Expo, we'll see stuff like that, like in Dallas or what we'll see in San Antonio.
Yeah.
But
Like some of them are they're like D-list actors, so they're like, oh, like 80, that's okay. Some of them are C-list actors, they're like, oh, I'll go 100. And then other ones think they're A-listers, and they're like 500, 1,000. I'm like, no.
I wouldn't even pay that much for like the like your on-screen use props. Like
Yeah, it's like
as great and as iconic as some of those are, as much I would like to have, like I don't know, RoboCop's blaster.
Sure.
I can't justify it to myself, and it's just not worth that much to me.
I'm not an artist, and I know we know some people who do hang out in an artist gallery more at the cons, like Piper and stuff, Jiggity. But like, there's something to be said for spending extra money to do a personal commission from that artist. Like that would be more, they're putting pen to ink, but doing a lot more tailored work for a one-of-a-kind thing for you. I'd be willing to shell more money for somebody that I liked their artwork and, knew that they would put out, that's phrasing, but they would create something in line with what I was thinking and wanting them to have their artistic thing. Like when going to a con, the things that I'm willing to spend money on, right?
Yeah. And, and that's the thing, like with those, you're getting something like actually like original out of it. Whereas with the autographs, it's like, yeah, it's just for the luxury of having your name signed on a piece of paper, and then maybe you write a small like thank you for being a fan.
Yeah.
And a handshake.
It's also what those people do, and it's just, it's like yeah, like anime conventions, for instance. Like I won't see a voice actor just because I don't really care. I don't really idolize voice actors. They're just a random person speaking in English, and I mostly do dubs anyways. But if there is a random chance that they fly over a mangaka or someone, one time they flew over the guy who's in what's his name? The guy who played Godzilla, and I got my picture with him.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's awesome.
It's stuff like that, and sometimes they try to overfloat their kind of star power, and yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, even then, let's suppose like I don't know who would be like probably one of the best voice actors around, like someone who's like one of the most iconic VAs, like to get like one of those
I got
S tier.
what's his name from Steve Bloom. I got his autograph. I get his one time because I loved Cowboy Bebop so much. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
But yeah, it was funny. And then freaking what's his name? The guy who plays Vegeta, like the fifth Vegeta. He's like he was like talking with him, and I was like, all right, go away. I need to talk to the guy. You know what I mean? Though in the VA world, he's like one of the biggest guys, but I don't care. I don't care that you're what is it, the My Hero Academia guy, freaking All Might or whatever. It's just like I don't care. I don't care. Go away.
Okay, now I probably would like to meet Steve Bloom because he voices one of my favorite characters in Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2, yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Ritlock. It's like I don't know how many other actors there are that kind of uniquely gargle marbles like he does. Like,
well, and there's only so many of the American, voice actors for the dubs that, like when a couple of years ago, Fan Expo had so many of the My Hero Academia cast going. So it's they're billed as My Hero, but like there's a lot of voice actors that well enough that you've seen in other stuff, and it's like, hey, that's a chance to get cool people for what they've done.
Well, real quick, speaking of chances, like this is my chance to kind of sneak in real quick and bring someone in the back. So without further ado, let's launch him in.
Lancelot, launch!
We have a dash attack.
Ooh,
hello.
Hey, thanks. How you guys doing?
Oh,
Doing
look at that. Look, Punkwater, we're being out puppeted.
For real, and that looks like a nice.
We have 3 puppeteers, and there are only 1 person puppeting right now.
Is that like an anime hot tub?
Yeah,
I got it because I'm on vacation.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just got it off Etsy.
Yeah, I too wear a sweater in the hot tub. It's true. Don't feel. You're not the only one. Yep.
Yeah. So my Yeah. So there we go.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Now you're just wearing what I'm wearing, and you have the same muscles too.
Yeah, I have a I have a
too.
shirtless one, but that version of my model's on my home computer back home in Jersey. So so it's just tank top.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have worked out perfectly.
Oh shoot! No, we can't have the spiciness. Dang it!
You don't. No, it's fine. You've got nervous nipples. Like we can deal with that.
Yeah.
So
anyway, thank you for having me on, Ironcaster.
Yeah, no problem. Like I've been meaning to I've been meaning to try kind of reach out a little more and invite a few more people on, kind of get a little rotation of people coming through. So I'm just happy that you were willing to take a little time from your little vacay to drop on by and talk with us about big robots or apparently anime voice actors or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Have you ever been to a anime convention?
Not anime. Oh yes, I was at a anime specific convention 2 years ago. And I did meet a pretty big voice actor there. Yeah, so I met Paul St. Peter. He's a cool dude. He plays Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts and the Nine-Tailed Fox in Naruto.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Hey, Ironcaster.
Yes, Gator.
The anime person's talking.
Yes.
I've never seen an anime person talk.
Well, welcome to the magical world of VTubing.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
we're
is that
kind of
because
like
you're all
puppets, too.
virgins?
What about virgins?
Well, yeah, it's VTubing, right? Kind of like your V card. Y'all have your V card. Mine's buried in some kind of waifu pillow, but we won't talk about that yet.
Well, I actually have a couple of them right here with me.
Oh, nice. Is that
To
Harley
go.
Quinn?
No, I've got Darkness and a Gardevoir.
Oh,
Nice.
I think you had him at Darkness.
wow. They're pocket pillows. I want a pocket pillow. Punkwell's laughing because he knows what I'll do with a pocket pillow.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna be
Right,
fun
I've
walking
Always
around with you.
wanted one of those things.
Yeah.
They're going right in the they're going right in the puppet hole, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're gonna fit like, oh my goodness. I can't fit a whole body pillow in my puppet hole. But not with a pillow in it, at least. And plus, I could smuggle them on the plane when I go home. Yeah.
Why are you stuffing your? Never mind.
Hey, I've been to an anime convention once. It's true.
We know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I met a guy who was very grumpy and he liked to kill goblins, I guess. That was his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you met the Goblin Slayers, VA?
Mm-hmm.
No, not the VA, just the cosplayers, I guess they're called.
Yeah.
They're very costly, trust me. Oh, cost me an arm and a leg and an eyeball.
But at least you got to keep one of your horns.
True.
I only had one.
Yeah, and you got to keep it.
It's much like my IQ.
One?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm number one.
Okay. So
Show,
now
right?
that we've derailed entirely, what did you want to talk about tonight, Ironcaster?
Yeah. Oh, I have at this point. There's no plan. I'm like, we've got cat boys, we've got goblins. There's a punkwaddle.
Yeah, punkwaddle.
I feel like saying Adverstar is just bringing more diversity to this round table.
It's lovely. Awesome one. He's like, Gator! DJ Ronnie G.
So what?
Hey yo.
Okay.
Well, we be sewing a lot. The sewing machine, the new sewing machine we got, goes.
You know, I was just cleaning. So I was just cleaning out a garage here, and I happen to have found a sewing machine out of nowhere.
Oh
yeah! Wow.
Yeah, I'm like,
does it work?
I haven't even tried it yet. I brought it in and kind of cleaned it off. I'm like, this thing is like, even though it has a little protective case around it, it's like someone went to all the effort to get this thing and protect it.
Yeah. Yeah, we went through like 4 bobbins already. And it might sound sexual, but bobbin is actually a sewing thing. Yeah.
Well, it didn't until you made it sound that way.
Oh, shucks.
All right, so Dash, do you have a favorite giant robot? We'll kind of jump into a little bit of that.
I guess it would probably be I'm not actually much of a mecha fan, but I do love the hell out of Gurren Lagann.
Oh, that's a good one. Super.
Manly
that's a super mecha. Yeah.
That is a good choice.
Yeah, that was a great series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, classic. That's a classic.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Row, fight the power.
It's kind of crazy to think about how that's gone on to now be this to be considered a classic anime when, you know, I'm kind of sitting here like I remember watching that basically when it was coming out. Like I having picked up the DVDs before it aired on like I think Adult Swim or Sci-Fi Channel.
See, there's where you ate yourself. You said pick up the DVDs.
I remember watching Gurren Lagann on that disc that that Netflix used to send out on the Nintendo Wii.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember watching it on that.
I remember that disc. I remember.
Yeah.
You know, think about like there was a time in which they had to have that extra piece of the puzzle just to get it to work, and that was one of those weird things I remember too. Is like getting the Wii for the first time and showing it off to family. The first thing they always want to do, I want to check my Facebook on it, and it's like.
I wanted to play Wii Sports Badminton.
Nice.
And, you know, it's like, yeah, you can check your Facebook, but it just, do you really want to try and use that interface to check Facebook? We're going to have to go through and manually point at each letter to get the password in.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, man, I forgot you could even do that with the Wii.
Yeah.
Although,
I mean, I had a computer for that stuff, so
well,
yeah.
Like, and I remember some people used the Wii for Netflix, which was kind of a rough interface, but it worked.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Heck, I remember using that browser, like the internet browser for the Wii, to go to YouTube before there was a YouTube app for it. And this would have had to be like 2008, roughly. And that was in like the YouTube days in which episodes of anime would be uploaded to YouTube in like 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
So you like what? So me and a friend wound up watching like 6 or 7 episodes of Bleach, but it would be like episode 56, part 1 of 3. Part 2 of 3, and they're all each their own standalone partial. So you're like, you know, you're totally getting. So it's like, yeah, this is totally the way they intended you to watch it. No.
Okay. So did you guys hear the Acolyte got canceled?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and so I was like, now's the part where we all throw our head back and laugh. Ready? Ready.
Yeah. The Acolyte got canceled, and well, let's just say the writing was on the wall. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if She-Hulk couldn't get a second season, they couldn't expect this to.
Oh my goodness, She-Hulk was terrible. That broke Freddie's heart. It really did.
It broke too many, not just the 4th wall, but the 5th and
brain
6th.
cells.
Yeah, and
how do you make a character like She-Hulk suck? Like, you really had to screw up.
What you do is you make fun of the audience, like the targeted audience, not just the audience in general, the main target audience, and you say, "Screw you, grow up, man, baby, blah blah blah, katui," and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
We spent Disney's money to offend you, but for some reason they won't give us more money to offend you more. Weird.
Yeah. Why? Because I don't want to say the names, but there was one there's this one writer chick who had a grudge against, I guess, internet trolls or whatever you want to call it, and she just had a bone to pick, and she wanted to vent it out. And what did she do as a platform to vent it out? A multi-million-dollar Disney Marvel show. Yeah. Because that's a proper platform to do that stuff. Isn't that right, Leslie Headland?
Hang on.
Oh, wait.
What was that, Dash?
So yeah, well, about the She-Hulk lady, like her only claim to fame prior to that was just Pickle Rick. Like that was her only contribution.
I pickle Rick.
That was so stupid. But
That
it
was fun for
it
My
was-
5
dad loves
minutes.
that shit.
it
My
was
dad loves
funny
that shit.
because it was stupid. That was it.
My
It
dad
also-
loves that episode.
It fit the episode and it fit the show, which was, they brought back the Szechuan sauce, right? That's
Oh,
what
gosh.
Rick and Morty was about. But I mean, and all the stuff about Tatiana being upset with Ryan Reynolds because he broke the fourth wall better and got a third movie when she doesn't get a second season is just bitter grapes.
Well,
Oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds did it way better.
But here's the problem: it was attached to a better written show, or movies, things.
And yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Sort of the unfortunate thing was like you go look at a character like She-Hulk, and frankly, there was a lot of good potential there. You go back to like the original comic run, Savage She-Hulk. It's written like it could have been a 6 to 8 episode show. It was basically perfect for that, but unfortunately, it's sort of in the shadow of the much more successful John Byrne run, which is wacky and crazy and out there. And it's like, really, you kind of need that series to properly introduce, or something along those lines, to properly introduce the character, but they just didn't do, and they would rather just make her a whore.
Well, in the 90s and the 2000s, she was literally the glamour girl. She was the poster child, like on the back, and sometimes like a lot of the advertisements and stuff like that. They'd have a sexy she-girl smiling and being like, "Bye, Marvel," and stuff like that. So it's not like, it's not like she wasn't popular and well loved.
Yeah,
I like her better than Hulk.
Well, the way they destroyed Hulk from the "My secret is I'm always angry" to
"Oh, go ahead,
I'm a whiny guy," and
yeah. I call Mark Ruffalo Soy Hulk.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I will say that Banner even in the comics is whiny, but not like this.
Well, I mean, the bigger problem is also the fact of the way the Universal's tied into things, because Universal still has the distribution rights to Hulk as a standalone character. Mm-hmm. So that's why frankly will probably never see a Hulk movie, because it means Marvel has to reach out and let Universal distribute it.
Even though Thor Ragnarok was basically a Hulk movie.
Exactly. So they can kind of backdoor other characters into doing his films. It's kind of like what we're going to see, I think, with Spider-Man for a while, because they're just because it means they have to play with Sony.
Yep.
And if Sony's smart, they'll never let go of those Spider-Man rights.
No. And frankly, they've got enough characters. They can frankly just go do their own Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And they're basically guaranteed $1 billion when they do one.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a little bit more successful, but with Morbius and Madam Web being like bombs, like I heard rumors that they were going to do Man-Wolf, John Jameson, as a movie.
Yeah.
And so I actually read up on that character, and it's like, oh wow, that's really cool, cosmic werewolves. Like,
dude, that's a movie that Morbius fell through the freaking memory hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
forgot that was a thing.
Pay attention to it.
Well, that's all. That's all. Remember now. It's like it's Morbin time.
Oh shoot, that's right. It's Morbin time. That came from that, and that meme died like way too quick too. That was a short-lived meme. Oh my God.
They tried to bring it back with Madam Web with its web in time, but it just didn't stick.
No.
Oh wait, but before that, don't forget the fact that like Sony got convinced by the meme to put Morbius back into theaters and then it completely bombed a second time.
Oh God, that's so embarrassing. Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, third-degree embarrassment right there.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't forget that. And the thing is, like, as you know, even looking at Madam Web, which It was Madam Web, not Spider Woman. Madam Web for a time was supposed to be basically was slated to be the biggest bomb of this year
until
Borderlands.
Oh God, I told you I saw that last week, right?
You saw it?
I think you mentioned it, but
Yeah.
So
okay, you're the only one who has watched it. You
yeah,
you have you have watched it. What's
section
your,
of the country. So, I thought about doing a review video, but it's so bad, and everybody else has done better review videos, so I just didn't bother. But what I will concur with it is knowing that everybody hated it going into it, because by Thursday night, even before it really released to the public, all the critics were just saying it's god awful. And then, I had to go buy my Claptrap popcorn bucket because it's fun. He's got the articulated arms. He's got the antenna. He's got the flaps. He's a nice tin box. I really actually like the Borderlands franchise, and Claptrap being the lovable putz that he is.
Yep.
And he has a light up. His blue light actually lights up, so it's actually a decent little figured toy. As I said somewhere, if this crushes the whole franchise, at least I have an urn to put the ashes in on the mantle, right?
That's a good way of looking at it.
But no, understanding that, like, it's just they didn't want to do a Borderland movie. They just want to do a hodgepodge of the most generic sci-fi. When they said that, they want to do something more like Blade Runner or Escape from New York, and Lilith comes in, like, the movie opens with this self-loathing, like self-actualization. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs extended and inverted to just like self-hatred, because you show up, Tiny Tina's being rescued. Why is she being rescued? But from Roland, and it's like, my dad sent a soldier, the shortest soldier ever. So you're mocking Kevin Hart for not being the Roland we know he is. Self-aware, self-actualized, just hating itself, hating each other. The characters, it's like in the first 10 minutes, the characters know who they're supposed to be, and they're just loathing everything because Lilith comes back to Pandora and there's some backstory of tragic childhood that kind of reminds me of the stupid thing they did in the live action Ghost in the Shell about but parents and disconnect and who, not exactly, but they all have backstories that don't need to be there, that don't make any sense, that don't fit the show. But Lilith comes in like a snake, Plissken or whatever, just like bitter, like pissed off, just disgruntled, disgusted that she has to be on Pandora. She's riding the bus with Marcus, and so there's this kind of throwback. There's a couple scene for scene moments that if you play the games, like when you walk down in Borderlands 2 down the stairs to Marcus's, she sees Marcus, she does go walk down the stairs. There's certain shot for shot moments, but this whole show is just this most stupid generic sci-fi film that has nothing to do with the characters. They just created their own stories and backstories. And, I talk about necromancing the franchise. It's like they killed it and then tried to necromance it the same day. And then you have the drama with the guy, the studio and the head of the studio saying, just come on, give it a chance, and reacting to people. And he's got his own issues with thumb drives that he left at some thing and all that jazz. But yeah, exactly. When he said, I don't care, it won't hurt the franchise.
You know about the thumb drive story?
Yep.
Okay. So, what was that? The thumb drive that had the porn on it,
and all the trade secrets of it had like secret, files for the game studio and the things, the dirty stuff. Like this catch-all thing that he's just walking around at some Renaissance fair or something.
It was one of those like Renaissance like dinner places, like the nights, and like, guys, whatever you do, don't use your thumb drive for work and porn. on the same one. You got to make sure you have these things separate. You got to separate your business from your pleasure.
And don't bring it to random places where it doesn't need to be.
No.
Yeah, that's literally why I created an old account recently.
Wait, what? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you see, Dash was working on some magic tricks, as he called them.
Well, I am a penguin sheriff puppet. You know,
Wait, what are you guys talking about? Sorry, I was looking at some porn.
Oh,
or if you're familiar with Futurama, why is there stuff? Why is there smudges on the computer? I was eating chili and watching porn, and then when they're done with the meeting, Scruffy says, "Y'all done with the computer?" Just like the subtle things.
My favorite porn joke was like the one in Ted 2, where like Ted finds Johnny's porn and he's like they have to like destroy the hard drive and bury it in the Boston Harbor.
Well, now there's this.
I like Ted.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was just saying I like Ted too.
Fair enough.
So I still haven't seen Ted.
You haven't seen the first one?
No.
Well, yeah, the second one's funnier.
Oh, really?
I think so, at least.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It seemed like it was almost like, mind you, from the outside, I haven't seen these. It just kind of seemed to be like it was just sort of a joke that went on too long. You know, you almost could have maybe gotten. It might have worked for like, I don't know, for like 15 minutes, maybe a nice little like YouTube sketch, but 90 minutes and a sequel. But hey, I'm probably wrong. I mean, you like it, so maybe I am.
Oh, I mean, like, there's other characters like in it, and like, so like there is like more to work with, and like Ted's just basically a regular dude. He's just a teddy bear who smokes weed.
And there's also that bit of I know that like I saw that the DVD came bundled with Flash Gordon, so it was like a big thing about Flash Gordon.
Well, yeah, well, that's Ted and Johnny's like childhood favorite movie, and they even have the Flash Gordon actor as a cameo, where like they have this big party and they have the actor at the house, and so like he's actually in both movies. So like the guy who played Flash Gordon, so like
Okay.
those. Yeah, it's a big joke. They're both owned by Universal, so like it works.
I mean, he's got good taste at least, because come on, Flash. Ah.
Oh yeah, they I think like even in the first one they have like a whole like Johnny has like a hallucination where he's on the bike, the flying bike.
I've seen that in the advertising. All right, so we'll kind of go back to a little bit of Gundam for a bit. We'll go to a little bit of back stuff, and then we'll probably wrap it up. Just so we can get like DJ Ronnie G. He's got his show come up in about 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Dash, do you have any? Have you watched much Gundam?
I very little Gundam. I saw like bits of it on like Toonami. They never really retained any plot back in those days. So like no, like I'm very I saw like some of the spin-off where they were all chibi.
You're SD Gundam. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, but that seems like a very big outlier in a mostly serious series.
What? There was a ST Gundam. Like it wasn't ST Gundam. It was. They had that kind of body, but there was an RPG of that too. I forgot what it was called.
Hold on.
Punkwada would have it.
Like,
no, I've got it on my Steam library too.
I was gonna say I have the game somewhere with arm's reach if I can remember where I put it.
SD Gundam Force is the series I believe
yes.
it was.
Yeah, I have it on Switch. I had to get imported, I think. Like Loki brags about all his imports of Robot Wars. I've got some myself.
Same.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was largely the consensus of a lot of the SD stuff, and some people like it, some people don't. But yeah, I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Tron.
Yeah.
I think we found out Friday is when a lot of people were talking about it. So
I used to see him on Loki's channel all the time.
yeah,
Yep.
I think it hit Dave Bob pretty hard too. He was a really good guy, fun guy.
Yeah, it was always seeing him kind of get when he would get out to the meetups. Like I would watch the clips or I'd see the photos, and he's right there. He's like the life of the party in a lot of them.
Oh,
Like,
and go ahead.
like how severely disabled was he? Like could he he actually got to the meetups?
He would make it out there.
Yeah.
I saw from some of them. Obviously wheelchair bound. Was what, cerebral palsy? I think he had.
He wasn't faking it? Oh my goodness.
She thought he was faking?
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Of course, you're joking. Of course, I know.
Turns out he's a better liar than Boogie.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord, Boogie.
Oh man, older YouTubers being sacks of shit. Like it's just like this repeating pattern.
Well, there's a lot of people who get on. Well, a lot of people that got on YouTube in the early days realized there was money to be made and were grandfathered into a certain way, and then there's a lot of people now that think they can milk the system the same way, but it's like, no, you're so oversaturated. You have to do something original, not just copying the same thing people have been doing for a decade and think that you're going to be the breakout role.
You mean you can't just be an angry video game nerd?
Damn it!
Damn it! That was my shtick. That was like my 5 different unique ideas. Was angry video game nerd, angry video game nerd with hat, angry video game nerd with a beard.
Dude, it is crazy how that became a whole genre of like YouTube. And I mean, to be fair though, that was one of the things that kind of got me coming to YouTube watching a lot of these guys. Started watching, James Rolfe. Then I started checking out some like the nostalgia critic stuff, Doug Walker stuff, and all that guy with the glasses guys, Linkara, Spoonie, Jew Wario.
Yeah, those were the days, huh? Like that whole thing fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
But that was basically like me in high school. It was just Channel Awesome.
Yep.
I always thought Channel Awesome was a little cringe. But, some people just liked it because of that reason.
Like now they are, like with all the drama and stuff like surrounding them, it's only gotten worse. But like, there was a time where they were like the shit on the internet.
Oh yeah, like
yeah.
I was big enough fan that I bought some of the DVDs. I still have some of those. like that guy
and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and that they would go and do some original little skits. Like there's one called like Spooning with Spoonie, where it's just basically Spoonie date raped a bunch of people. It's awkward.
Oh.
Like, it's one of these clips, and then you go back and watch it now, you're like, oh.
Well, that when YouTube and the internet were the Wild West, like the stuff. I mean, I know, since Chris Gore did the Attack of the Dock and some of that called, to like the evolution of G4, but that in its heyday was a huge revolutionary thing, right? Instead of a movie network, all this stuff, we have a gaming network with gaming shows and talk shows and silly, dumb stuff, right? And then College Humor came out and all this other stuff. And then Rooster Teeth rose and fell, right?
Mm-hmm.
No more College Humor.
Oh my God, Rooster Teeth. What a big blast out.
Sure.
And then they had with like a couple of things that were kind of like hit and miss. Like
Well-
their one thing was straight up a freaking stole like red versus blue. That's just like they're grifting off of freaking Halo.
Yeah.
But then they make their own thing in Ruby. But then the writing kind of gets real soyed up after the season.
When
2.
Monty died, they just
Yeah.
should have dropped it. They couldn't recover.
Yeah.
They made it something else entirely.
So, since you guys kind of mentioned it here, I at least want to show this off because this is going on right now over on Kickstarter, guys. For anyone who's unaware of it, there is a campaign going on to save Death Battle.
Oh,
So if you're a fan of watching their matchups, for all the flaws some of those may have, they still had some entertaining ones in the mix.
Oh yeah, I like
They
them.
did.
Like I like most of them. Like it was a good thing. It'll probably make its goal. It looks like it already has.
Oh yeah, big time.
There you go. I mean, I'm more like ready to see who else can do a death battle. You know what I mean? And there have been many other like different ones that have been done like really well produced. You know what I mean? So it's just.
Thank you, Vince.
Yep.
Foolishness runs amok on the point of insanity on modern streamers on TikTok and Instagram. And then you get the NPC thing people were doing. Ice cream, yum.
Oh God.
It in a way I gotta almost commend them for finding a niche that works. But not only that, just the thought of standing here for 2 hours and basically repeating the same phrase over and over. There's got to be a lot of mind-numbing, just draining on you to try to pull that off and make that your thing. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But guys, that said, it's the start of a new week. Let's kind of end it off on a bit of a positive note after a little bit of the depressing stuff.
Well, I was going to say we're all here for puppet positivity.
Yes, we want to be we generally upbeat because there's enough soul draining negativity out there. Let's end on a positive note. So
yes, puppet positivity and VTube in virginity.
No, the V isn't it's virtual, man.
That's
It's
right,
not
folks. I
virgin.
recycled that joke.
Just like never mind.
No, don't worry about it.
So we'll kind of end on two things from each of you. What's one thing you want to check out a little bit more of the something you're watching, something you're looking forward to this week, and then where we can find you. So let's start with just that first one. Snacks, what's coming up that you look forward to this week?
Like to watch in like the world of the things.
Anime, YouTube, what have you? What's something
I don't know
positive?
about YouTube, but what have I been watching? I don't anime. I've been watching a couple things. What's that one with the guy? He's like 30, and he like trained with a group of heroes that are like the only heroes that are S tier. Oh, I forgot the name of that one. It's like one of those long friggin'
Yeah.
those
Is that a
long
current
the
season?
the light novel freaking long
Yeah.
titles. But yeah, that was
That's
pretty good.
like
He's
every-
actually
every-
really strong.
Okay.
It's like I forgot what it was called. But yeah. So he trains with all those guys, and he's not as good as those guys, but he's like he's like A plus. You know what I mean? He's not quite the S tier like the rest of his the party that trains with him, but he is S plus. You know.
I know what you're talking about because I remember like the first opening scene where they're like, "You doing all right?" He's like, "I'm not as good as you, but I'll get there."
And then it goes back to normal society, and he's just like murking everyone left and right.
Okay. Then
So I've been watching that one, and then I've been hitting the gym, and then I've been building puppets, and And I'm going to pop. I'm actually going to start the stream tomorrow a little earlier, so pop in when you guys feel savvy. Probably start around 8 o'clock ish.
I might be a little busy early on because I've
That's
got
fine.
some. But if you're still
It's
going, I will.
it's going to be a long build. It's going to be a whole bunch of
Okay.
stuff. I'll be fabricating. So
Okay, cool.
pop
Then
in
I should
when
make
you
it.
guys can. And yeah.
Um,
That'll be tomorrow at the channel Snacks and Friends. I see someone one of our mods hit us up. Thank you there, Vince.
Thanks. Sweet. Thanks, Vince.
Punkwater, what's one thing you're looking forward to this week?
Okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna do the Hollywood Squares answer first. What I'm looking forward to this week is when the Borderlands Steelbook box sets are on clearance by Friday.
Yeah, it's like been 11 days and they've already announced it.
Well, I think they've already announced when they're going to be released on video, so it's only a matter of time. And yeah, because guys, the thing is, I will buy, and I'm sure it'll go on sale pretty quick. But I will make sure I buy a physical media copy of this so that we will all know it existed, whether they try to erase it or not. The proof that it happened, and it's going to be my prediction is it's going to be one of the best Saturday afternoon cut for time sci-fi nap movies for the next decade because they got to make money off of it.
It's going to be the new Mario Brothers movie.
It's a cut above the Dragon Ball live action just because the people who worked on the sets did a really good job. Visually, it's really matches the games. The costumes kind of suck. Lilith is okay. The direction and even Kevin Hart taking on a role because he wanted to prove he could do a serious role will set his career back for trying to do anything serious for 5 or 10 years probably. But the other thing I'm actually looking forward to is why am I not recognized in this world, or why does nobody know me in this world? I like that one because it's a fantasy world where it's not an isekai, but something happened to overwrite the history. So him, the main character, and like one other person are like, there's only a couple of people that actually know that the other world exists, have memory of it.
It's technically an isekai, but it's like a just barely isekai because he's still in the similar world of his own world. It's just everything's a little different, like a dream.
Yeah, and that's why it's hard to say it's an isekai. It's muddly, but it's a serious enough tone, and it kind of feels like a serious enough tone, kind of like Sword Art, except for I think it's going to have a better plot point and better sort of world building turns than that. So,
but how's it doing with the kind of in the season with all the seasonal anime though? Because it feels like that one's sort of fallen into the middle of the pack.
Maybe I like it, but that's just me.
Yeah, there's that one, and there's I'm no longer allowed in the world or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that one's kind of funny. He's just the depressed dude who just like tries to kill himself, but he can't.
Yeah, I just started that one. I found the first episode freaking just hilarious. I'm like, okay,
I have to be in the right mood for that, but that's just one of like that's the screw it. Let's just this is all wrong.
Yeah, that's same. It's same with that one and the other one.
He's getting dragged around in a coffin by an angel and some cat girl or something, or demon. Just like the premise of it, and just like, okay, whatever. But yeah.
So what's coming up for you, Punk Bottle?
Well, got the hanging out with you guys, obviously. Wednesday night is Floor from Under a Rock. We'll see what's going on there. Then look out for my puppet sheriff announcement later towards the weekend, and then see what I come up with for the Ice House, where I try to ponder and kind of think about stuff and help.
Well, guys, real quick, kind of coming in at the tail end here. We got a special guest dropping in, so give me 1 second here just to give him an introduction of his own.
Hey, Brandon.
Wait a second.
Well,
I know that voice.
The Crimson Fucker.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
How's it going, Brandon?
It's going good. It's been a busy day. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Wukong has been released, so if you want to go play as the Monkey King and do your journey to the west, well, it's available for play, and this season has been much better than I thought it was going to be. I probably have shows that I should have on there that I don't, but you know what? The ones I have, I'm happy with, and I don't need any more. Especially if I'm going to keep pounding through One Piece.
Yeah,
Phrasing.
that's
Wow.
Yeah, that's the
phrasing. And it's not Gator doing it this time either. It's Brandon. Wow.
Yeah, it's not like a pocket pillow.
All I know is Nami had gave Usopp a show. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Let's see. So I see you're rock and roll through some One Piece around episode 316.
I haven't updated it. I actually skipped the 11 made for TV only episodes, and we're actually up to I think 341 now.
Oh wow, you definitely are going through it.
Yeah, I think we got 6 or 7 episodes into Thriller Bark, so
That's
It's good
one
stuff.
to be a little bit of interesting one to talk about, but that'll be probably a month or two away, I think, before
Yeah.
we cover it.
yeah, Thriller Bark
Because
is
it is
definitely
a-
different. It's definitely different.
It is a big arc too.
Mm-hmm.
But what? I guess since you kind of jump in here, what's one series you're looking forward to? And I mean, I suppose it'd be probably the One Piece. I want a little bit of positivity for the week.
Yeah, the One Piece looks interesting. I just looking at the art reference pieces that they've done. It looks exactly like the Toho animation, which is fine because that's what they've done is excellent. The question is going to become how much are they going to streamline, how much are they going to trim? I had read something that said that they're planning on 10 years. Well, are they going to do seasons or are they going to do a continual year-round thing like what they've been doing with One Piece almost since the beginning? So that's really going to determine a few things.
Because I was seeing they had gone and done a bunch of reference, they went and 3D rendered out the Fushina village, like Luffy's windmill village.
Yep.
So you get to see sort of the island and what you've seen of it. So what we've seen of it, and there's even some extra little details they were kind of teasing in. But then again, on the manga side, we've got a little more excitement looking forward to because Elbaf awaits.
Indeed. Makes you wonder how much longer the series has to go before Oda says, yeah, we're good.
I mean, he's been saying we're kind of in the last arc of it. So,
One Piece?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Oda's basically teasing we're probably wrapping up. Oh,
Are you there?
for
Yeah.
Holy cow,
Okay.
StreamYard is dying tonight.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, but I think it's just Ironcaster. Oh.
Yeah, I think StreamYard is having a stroke
Yeah.
at Ironcaster's expense.
And he was going to tell us some really juicy info, but I guess
I
not.
know. I guess it's nearing the end entirely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
I
I
saw
guess
hair
I
flip.
can,
yeah.
I can go over my positives, to save airtime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
so
yours.
my positives, so I'm probably going to be finishing up Suicide Squad Isekai probably sometime this week, or at least I'd like to, and if I get
How are
back
you
into
liking it so far? I'm starting to go through that pretty good. It's not bad.
I'm nearing, yeah, I
I'm
like
in
it.
episode. I'm about to watch episode 3 tonight, but
But yeah, I like it. I think they do the characters really well. I love Clayface. He is the best character. And I even like Dead. They make Deadshot such an asshole that he becomes likable because he's such a dick.
Yeah, I could track with that line of thinking. I kind of agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and of course and so yeah, like it has all the isekai tropes are there. You know, they have the author of ReZero doing this. So they have like an established isekai author like doing this isekai.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm nearing the end. It's cool. I think it's interesting how they're all the metahuman powers are amped up in this world. That makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, some of them don't even have powers, but
most of the team doesn't have powers. That's the thing though. So it's kind of irrelevant, but but Clay, like mostly like it affects like the other team. The spoilers. I can't. You're probably not that far yet.
yeah, I'm pretty good at freaking picking up plot lines before they even happen, so you're not really gonna ruin it for me. But people like Punkwall probably, yeah.
Yes. So other than that, like my plans, I'm planning on while everyone is playing Wukong, I'm going to be playing Dustborn. If you guys don't know what it is, it's going to be the wokest game like of the year.
What's that?
And
Okay. Oh,
it's literally Drumpf the game. That's basically it. It got showed off in one of Geoff Keighley's award
Yeah.
shows, and it's
Mm.
my reaction to the reveal trailer of that game is still getting views, like even right now. It's like the thing's almost a year old, and it's like people are still coming to it.
so this is
So
gonna
I'm
be
looking forward. I know my one of my fans, Michael, is really looking forward to watching me play it. So
You're gonna have to suffer.
yeah, I'm going to stop. I have a it's going to be fun for me because I'm playing it ironically.
well. It kind of sounds like this is gonna be your version of Borderlands for me. Just trash to have fun with.
Words have power.
Yeah, yeah. Some it depends on what mind state you're on. Sometimes it's fun to rip into things. No, that's not to say that we want shit being freaking like produced. We actually want stuff that has
Oh
some
yeah, most of the
a
time I
resemblance
want
of fun.
stuff to be good, but this thing was made like from the get-go to appeal to a certain audience. And so it's not like
Tracking.
an established franchise that you had expectations going in and they just shit all over them to make their own thing.
You
Like
knew
we've
what we
seen.
were about.
This is just bad. That's fun.
You want trash?
So-
We'll bring you trash.
So Dash, I know we've got a little stream coming up later this week as well.
Yes, we're going to be doing a stream this Wednesday. And we'll talk about like I normally talk about things my guests are into, so mostly like tabletop anime games. I'll keep it open. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love these little books.
The
These are like
real Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah, these are little like manga-sized books, and they're just a great little read. It's kind of that great little pocket size.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, Ironcaster has been introducing me to some OSR material. After
Yep.
me being like a 5e player for so long.
Cool.
One of the fun things you'll find with sort of coming and checking out, getting off the beaten path a little bit, is you'll find out there's just like infinite possibilities, infinite options out there. And you start realizing it's so easy to go and kind of customize these things and try different house rules, try different ideas. Before you know it, you start building yourself a bind, and you're like, well, what if I want to keep this house rule? And then before you know it, you've basically written your own RPG.
Yeah. A lot of people like even like, in the even in the game shop we don't play by the rules like exactly.
Exactly. That's what always happens. And it's kind of funny how you'll find different little regional, different little play groups, different regions have completely different styles they'll play by. Certain rules are just these assumptions of how they prefer to do things. And the internet has really allowed people to go and kind of spread out and shine a light on these different ideas. And hey, plus it's a chance to kind of find some new people to play with. So maybe we'll have to. I've been saying it for like a month now. It feels like I want to use my Discord, for example, to just kind of sit down and play some games for fun, because Lord knows I have enough of them piling up, and maybe one of these days we'll play the Konosuba tabletop RPG, because that is in English.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Now that's another show that you kind of need to be in the mood for, but it is
Yeah.
a good one. Yes.
Here, let me at least pull up the cover here. But yeah, we've got that coming up. Brandon, we also have a little stream coming up this week.
Yes, we do. We're talking some One Piece.
oh,
Of course, there would be a tabletop RPG of that. we should definitely get the
Goblin
pups
Slayer.
to play that one of these nights.
who gets to be the frog NPC? The green
That's
slime.
Punk Waddle is
No, green slime is the frogs. Yeah.
green slime.
They're-
Yeah.
I need to make him. I really do. I'll probably. I have a lot of felt. I might craft him up tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, like I said, there's some things like, well, yeah, I've got some crafty things. Yeah, that I might need to work on myself.
Well, you got the con prep. Con prep is a month and a half out.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of costume I would do for Punk. I know we kind of talked about it, but we could talk about that later tomorrow.
I was just kind of thinking about over that, and I might drive out. So you never know.
Sweet.
Yes, it's way too big of a drive for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't drive that, especially alone. Ugh.
I don't know. It'd be kind of fun to get off the beaten path and see the country, but for me, it is like a 22-hour drive. So we'll see.
Yeah, for me it would be. Oh God, it would be a 40-hour drive.
That's a long time. Yeah,
36
And that's just
drive,
one
yeah.
way.
I've driven from Houston to Chicago before, which is
Yeah, and then keep
somewhere.
driving west or keep driving east and north. There we go. Yeah.
Well, no, I would take a slightly different direct route from Texas to where you are.
Yeah. Obviously.
But like I said, we'll have to sit down. We'll do some RPGs one of these nights. We'll just have some fun, kind of unwind, and I don't know. We'll play some new system. Who knows? Like I said,
Sounds fun.
all that said, guys, thank you guys for showing up. Links are in the chat. Links are in the descriptions. Dash, I'll get your link thrown into the mix. You are welcome back anytime. You're now in the Mechpit group chat, so that whenever that link is available, feel free to stop by.
Oh, certainly.
Okay, good to have you.
As for myself, I'll be on tomorrow with Pops and Stone Loki for Talk Hard, where this week we are delving into the 2001 film Training Day.
Ooh, very
Denzel
nice.
Washington.
Yeah.
My ninjas.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
King
on,
Kong
Nick's
ain't got
show.
shit on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Nick's show tomorrow. We're gonna be talking the Hateful Eight.
Oh, nice.
Good choice.
Yeah, I actually just finished it. Like, like he gave me two choices: Hateful Eight or True Grit, and True Grit wasn't on any of the streaming platforms, so I just watched Hateful Eight. Good movie.
I mean, it took you 5 hours to watch it, right?
No, I didn't
Always.
watch the extended version. No.
And of course,
Just a tip. Got it.
and of course, I think coming up in a couple weeks or so, you might be coming over by the Cotton Council one of these nights.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
I was talking a little bit with Snowda behind the scenes, and we might try to make that work out if we can
Oh,
get schedules to work.
Fun.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
just let me know on Discord or X.
Yep,
Well,
no problem.
If you do that, make sure you bring a waifu or pocket pillow to keep Gator satiated.
I'm sure we could probably get. I'm sure we could probably find a a body pillow asset for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just remember
I don't-
this. Just remember this. A blood sacrifice must have happened because Hunter x Hunter is returning while Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia ended. October 7th, Shonen Jump is when Togashi Yoshiro will resume Hunter x
Yeah.
Hunter.
I did see that news today.
That's actually big news.
That's
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
I
Wait,
would
so,
bookmark
didn't
it, but
already. So I've never even started the series. I know it's old, and it, but wouldn't it have already had an ending?
nope, it never ended.
No,
It's been on
he
hiatus
just
for
went on
forever.
hiatus for because
As
wow.
all the good ones go on hiatus, it's like you have something so good, and then the magic kind of runs out, and the story didn't end. It's like, oh no.
Well,
Yeah,
happens.
burnout.
It happens more times than we all would like, but hey,
Well, I'd rather
Yeah,
have
I
them.
it's how it is.
I think that's what Kishimoto should have done. Like at Naruto, he should have just maybe just taken a break and then work out that final arc a little bit more.
It's like Roni Kenshin. That's one that was like magic, and then it ended at a sweet spot. You know what I mean? It's like the magic started to die a little bit, and the ending was great. You know?
Yeah, I feel like the same way with Naruto. I think it ended at the right time, and then we have the spin-off.
Yeah, and then they wanted more and more and more and more, and it's just like, oh god.
Well, there's the
Here-
guy who made Fairy,
There's the sequel series.
and then he made Eden Zero, and then he makes everything with the same characters with a slightly different personality.
Yep.
Eden Zero is great. I saw the Netflix anime. It was great raunchy humor. I think
Yeah.
I like it more than Fairy Tale.
It is a little bit more aware and adult, I think, and you still have Lucy and Happy, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
They're
whatever she's
equivalents.
called in Eden Zero. Yeah,
but he's still
It's
called
so-
Happy
even
though.
Even Ursa
Yeah.
is in it.
Yep.
well, that was always this thing where he would always have certain characters kind of roll over, like Plu. It was
Well,
basically his little mascot character that would jump between the series.
Like in the very first episode, or one of the first few episodes, I think, of Eden Zero, there's a part where you see Natsu and Lucy walk through, and who are they? Oh, they're just there's people, whatever. Okay,
Oh yeah, you see.
that's like a full
Yeah,
nod.
it's fun.
All right. Well, before my internet fails on me one more time, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So, guys, thank you as always for coming on out. Till next time, we'll hit the eject button and we'll still function.
Wait, I still function.
Wanna bet?